In South Carolina, locksmiths who you trust with access to your home, your car, your business, they could possibly be convicted criminals. You may never know, and right now there's no state regulation to protect you.
New tonight in a special report, News 13's Brandon Herring takes a deeper look at the concerns about unregulated locksmiths and the local case that highlighted those concerns for years.
That even if they locked the door, that he could always get in, and so they couldn't keep him out.
That's what a sex offender told his victim. Even if she locked her door, he could still get into her bedroom because he was a locksmith. That sex offender is Peter Sparakis of Myrtle Beach. Former Horry County Assistant Solicitor Candace Lively handled that case more than 10 years ago. And while Sparakis was out on bond, he was able to continue his locksmith business.
And I thought, okay, there's got to be some type of regulation or rule that if you're charged with a sexually violent offense, you can't be a locksmith. We don't want him just going around to unknowing people who have children in their home.
But there was no state regulation about the situation. Even after Sparakis was convicted and eventually released from prison, he still had a North Myrtle Beach locksmith business in his name. At least 3 times since 2006, state lawmakers had proposed a law to license locksmith. The law would require background checks and prohibit certain convicted criminals from having a locksmith business.
If we make sex offenders turn their lights off during Halloween so kids don't go up and ring the doorbell, I think I'd like for a sex offender to not be able to be a locksmith.
News 13 has reported on how North Myrtle Beach eventually convinced Sparakis to give up his business. And we also reported a locksmith licensing law got very close to finally passing last year, but it failed again. But now there is a bill proposed once again at the State House that would require locksmiths to be licensed in South Carolina.
Any occupation has got to have rules and regulations. South Carolina is one of the states that you can actually walk out of prison and become a locksmith the next day.
Locksmith Willie Gamble serves on the state's Locksmith Association, and he says professional locksmiths support a law to help them police the industry.
And folks put a lot of trust in us. The actual crooks out there could care less about, a locksmith creed and trying to protect the public.
He says Sparakis is just one good case study, but he sees plenty of others who don't run professional operations, overcharging and lacking insurance.
Only thing they're trying to do is get a fast money. Folks just want to grab the first person to come on the phone, and then they look back and say, well, wow, I got ripped off.
Gamble thinks licensing could filter out the bad apples without much burden on the good ones. But he and Lively know change to protect the public still rests in the hands of lawmakers.
I cannot see why this shouldn't be just a rubber stamp. We all agree this is a good idea.
And I spoke to the sponsor of that newest bill, Senator Sandy Senn of Charleston. She served on the committee that discussed the bill last year and says they just ran out of time to answer a few senators' questions before the session ended. So if you feel this is an important topic and it deserves to pass in South Carolina, now is the time to contact your state lawmakers and let them know that you support locksmith licensing. Reporting for News 13, I'm Brandon Herring.
The most important thing you can do right now is to be sure you're hiring a locksmith you can trust and to do your research before you need one. We've posted more about that along with the full proposed bill at WBTW.com.